This is the Mill Hill Building Committee special meeting for Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. And I would like to start the meeting by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and on the call, for the record, Nancy, if you can read off who's on the call again, please.
I have members Nocta, Ruggieri, Gillen, and Lee. I have Mark Schweitzer, Gerald Foley, David Stein, Rob Powell, Sal Morabito. Anybody I missed? I think I got all of y'all.
Anyone else on the building committee? Then the four of us? Okay. All right. I'm having issues right now, of course, with my computer.
First up is invoices.
Okay, did everybody receive the invoices?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Why am I having such a problem right now? Of course.
Do you want me to read through them, Jason, or?
Yeah. If you
Okay.
could, until I can get up and running here.
Okay. We have Gilbane, invoice number 15, for $1,752,959.66. That is through the end of March. I have Silver Petrocelli's invoice number 210484, dated March 1st, in the total of $8,478.55. Collier's Project Leaders, invoice number 8658, dated February 28th, in the amount of $14,727.29. I have Van Zelm, invoice number 48160, dated March 17th, in the amount of $2,939.08. Van Zelm, invoice 48161, dated March 17th, in the amount of $5,105.04. And then Van Zelm, invoice number 47860, dated December 11th, 2020, in the amount of $1,514.25. Best Tech, invoice 3, dated March 19th, in the amount of $37,727.95. TestCon, invoice 11022, dated April 6th, for $800. Hearst Media Group, invoice number 2617408, dated March 31st, in the amount of $730.20. And then WB Meyer, invoice number 120200037, dated March 31st, in the amount of $9,527.50, for a grand total of $1,834,509.52.
I open up the floor to any questions from members of the building committee.
Yeah, are there pictures from Gilbane on the progress of the work, the status?
Hi, Hector. No, I didn't send it for today. I can send one before the end of the week.
No, actually, do you have one from last week or from a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, we take daily progress photos that upload to our project software. So we do have project photos from last week.
Okay. Yeah. Now, so can you just give an update on where you are with the progress of the work?
Yeah. Do you guys want me to wait till item 7?
No, because you're submitting an invoice. So right now, where are you? It would be in a very short, just a nutshell.
Well,
done with the 2 additions, and we're started on phase C, D, and E.
Sorry, what is C?
I believe didn't pictures get sent around to everybody? I believe that there were to the building committee.
I didn't receive pictures from the building committee, but we did get them from Kevin Chase.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
Well, I mean, I don't need to create. I just need to know where are we right now. Just explain where we are. We're done.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let me just give a quick update. So phase A and B, which are the kindergarten and music additions, those 2 phases are substantially complete and have been turned over. That's what actually the school moved into and it started occupying. We modified all our construction fences, so if you come down the road now, you'll see music is opened up. We fenced in our new construction areas because we have 3 phases under construction right now. It's the admin area that started back late March. So we have the main office area, and we're actually going to be doing steel on that next week. In the back by the gym, we started we're substantially complete with the foundations for the gym, and we'll be starting steel on that next week. The area C, that's phase C, which is basically the first 6 classrooms in the existing school we are taking. It's basically from music down to where the admin area is. Those classrooms, the demolition is basically substantially complete at this point. We're starting overhead rough, and we're working on underground plumbing, layout, saw cutting, and then we're going to be plumbing in those areas. Along with kind of the admin is the same thing, where the demo is substantially complete, and we're looking at laying out. We're working on the underground plumbing, which is like layout, saw cutting, and then installing the plumbing.
So what percentage do you think you're complete?
We're at least 50%. So what the rec reflects too, Hector, just is that we have a lot of the equipment, so the rooftop units and all the mechanical equipment and a lot of the commodities are on site in that back laydown area, which is adjacent to the playground and baseball field. So we have the majority of basically pretty much all the material we need for the future phases is on site, ready to go. Therefore, we've kind of pre-purchased and got it out to the site as soon as possible to kind of try to minimize cost escalations and COVID impacts.
Okay. I have no questions.
Yeah, in honor of Jeremy Budzian here, Mark, we're in line with the budget, yes?
Correct. Everything has been budgeted for and is within budget.
Are there any other questions or comments from the building committee? Any other questions? Hearing none, I'd like to move forward with a vote. All in favor of approval of the invoices, say aye. Or do I have a
Jason,
first?
take a motion.
Yeah.
Take
do I have a motion to approve the invoices?
Motion to approve, Heather.
Thank you.
Is there a second? Do I hear a second?
I actually have some questions. I'm sorry, because I only questioned Gilbane. I apologize. I just need to know. I'm sorry, I'm out of order, but is that okay? Because I just kind of thought we were reviewing the first invoice.
So normally you take a motion in a second and then discussion ensues. So if somebody would second the motion, you can proceed to discuss and not be out of order.
So no one seconded the motion. So go ahead, Hector. Ask away.
Okay. No, I just want to hear from Mark. I guess, I guess Petruccelli, they are
30% of their CA.
Yeah, just go down there, with
Yep.
Van Selm. Yeah, just kind of give us the percentage where we are. And your kind of your take.
Hey, Mark, it's Norm. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I joined a little bit late. I've been listening to you guys, but I don't know if anybody recorded my attendance.
Nope, not yet.
What's your name?
Norm Roberts.
Norm Roberts. And you're a member?
That's correct.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Silver Petruccelli is at about 30% of their CA. Colliers is billing their monthly plus expenses. That has been laid out. Van Zelm, I'm just going off their latest. They are at 34% complete on their construction documents in their CA. So that's in line. The other Van Zelm data the same is for the tab, and they're only at 8% for the tab. Tester and balancer, sorry. Best Tech is in line. They are, let me get to it. They're at 17%. And then TestCon is basically cost plus. So this is whenever they're out, they're in it, and I can get you. We have spent with this invoice. We've spent rough numbers $14,000, and their total contract is at $62,000. So well within not even 25% of their PO. Hearst is or Connecticut Media Group, I forget how I labeled them. That's for the advertisement of the final cleaning, and that's coming up later. We have an authorization for the final cleaning sub, and then WB Myers is essentially time and material, and that's been verified.
I'm sorry, what does WB Meyer, what do they do?
They are the movers.
Okay, so they've been moving stuff. They're moving stuff around, like furniture and stuff. Okay.
Correct.
And then Best Tech is doing what kind of stuff?
The demo and abatement.
This is abatement. Okay. All right. I'm good.
Do we have any more questions from the building committee on the invoices? Any other questions? Hearing none, I'm going to ask for a motion to approve the invoices. Do I have a first?
I'll make a first, Melanie.
I'll
Melanie,
make a second, Heather.
Second? Heather, second. All in favor of approving all the invoices as stated, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Abstentions? The invoices have been approved. Moving down the agenda, I am going to open up for discussion. Number 4, the approval of ATPs. I need to hear a motion for discussion of the approval of ATPs. Do I have a motion?
Motion to discuss.
That's Heather. Do I have a second?
Melanie, I'll make a second.
Melanie, all yours, Mark.
Okay, there are 4 of them. The first ATP is ATP 17. This was in your packet. This ATP came about, if you remember at the beginning of the project, there is a existing sanitary line that comes in from the neighborhood onto the school property and then runs underneath the gym and then out through in back of the building and out through the 90s wing. The intent of the drawings was to redirect it at a sanitary manhole just outside the gymnasium. When the town engineer and was it the sanitarium, Rob, looked at the manhole, they wanted it rerouted from a sanitary manhole on the upside of the parking lot, basically, and moving a manhole to basically where the drop-off pickup. They wanted to direct it over that way to, and then connect it to the sanitary on Mill Hill Terrace. So this is for the additional length of pipe and the additional excavation for this work in the amount of $38,004. This work has already been performed per the existing conditions on site. The other, I'm going to skip down to ATP 68, which is the additional paving.
Sorry, Mark, I'm going to interrupt you. Sorry.
Yep.
Because I don't do a lot of this work. So ATP stands for what?
Authorization to proceed.
We're authorizing to proceed with. Just kind of give me the
additional length of sanitary sewer.
Okay, and we have. I'm sorry, I just need a recap. So we already have a number for this.
Correct.
And it has been previously requested to be budgeted, or sorry.
It will come out of project contingency. It has been vetted by Colliers and Silver Petroselli.
So we're basically, these numbers were received before, and we're going to move forward. We're kind of saying, okay, let's go ahead. Is that what we're saying?
Yes. I mean.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I don't do a lot of schoolwork so that on this area. So. Okay.
I'm gonna skip over ATP 45 for right now because ATP 68 is related to it, to ATP 17. This is for, within the ATP, there's two pricing options. There's a pricing option for basically where the sewer line that we just discussed ran through the parking lot. It has been trenched, and it was existing pavement, and the existing pavement was not in great condition to begin with, and when you put a trench through it, it kind of breaks it up even more. So there are two pricing options. The first pricing area for this is to repave where that trench went through. And then the second pricing area is for, I believe at DD, the repaving of the whole parking lot was value engineered out, so we would be under budget. So there is a portion in the contract at the parking lot, where the parking lot meets the street, there's new pavement there. And then if we do the paving at where this trench went through, there's an area, and Rob, it's about 50 feet of existing pavement that would be between two new paved areas. So the second pricing area is just to do the area in between the two new paved areas.
Mark, there's no visual of this, correct?
If you go to There. If you go to page 77 of the PDF.
Yep, great. Got it.
Thank you. You can see the yellow area, which is where the sanitary sewer went through, and then to the right of the orange area, that is new pavement also. So the orange area is basically between two new paved areas, and that is the second pricing area to repave the existing pavement there, to make one continuous new paved area basically up to where the main office is now.
So Mark, in a nutshell, you're saying that there is an increase in the paving, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you this is something that was value engineered out, and I guess it looks like we may have to put it back in.
Correct.
Okay. And the number is?
And the total for both is $24,947.
And so, okay, and you feel that the two numbers are, I mean, I just want to know, they are accurate to your best estimate, and we're okay with the percentage or the price increase?
Yes.
It has been better. Okay.
Sorry, one small question. To the right of the orange, that new area that's highlighted, is that new pavement to the road?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Basically, the apron to the road from that orange area is new pavement.
Okay. It's basically making the entire front entryway.
Yeah, got it.
Continuously new pavement.
Which is ideal, so cool.
Correct.
Great. So, motion to what?
Well, basically have to just make a motion to approve the ATP. Are there any other questions from the building committee on any of the ATPs?
Well, I think, Mark, you have to go to back one, right?
Well, I got to go. I got two more.
Okay.
No, I have not. ATP 45.
Yep.
Actually, is there any more questions on the paving ATP?
Right.
No.
Okay. The next ATP is ATP 45, which is for proposal request number 1, which is to put moisture mitigation underneath the floor tile in the 90s wing, which will be under construction in the summertime. This is there are 4 classrooms in the corridor in that 90s wing that is going to get done. 2 of the 4 classrooms is getting new floor to begin with, but this is for the application of the moisture mitigation in all 4 classrooms, and then the 2 classrooms that the existing VCT was to remain. That is for the demo and for the installation of not only the moisture mitigation but new VCT. And then the entire corridor in the 90s wing will be the existing VCT will be demoed, moisture mitigation put down, and then new VCT on top.
I'm sorry, Mark, when you're saying moisture mitigation, is it like you putting like a laticrete, you smearing something?
Yeah, it's a topical on the existing slab.
Okay, and that's $85,000?
Yes.
How much is that per square foot? Ballpark.
Rob, do you know offhand?
The total value,
that total amount is the whole thing, not just for moisture mitigation,
correct,
for the additional tiles as well.
Additional what?
For the additional VCT. And obviously labor to install everything.
It's David Stein with Silver Petroselli. The cost of the moisture mitigation is roughly $5 to $6 a square foot, I believe, installed.
5 to 6. So, okay.
Mark, is that sheet that broke everything down in the packet?
Yes.
Perhaps what page? Sorry, I'm driving.
Yep. No, it's a separate one. It is. If you look at the shared folder, it's item 3A, the flooring replacement, one-page summary.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
if you have that open, if you have that open, it is we'll call it the red-orange area is the ATP 45, and that's for the proposal requests 1. And it shows you the areas that are getting done on this ATP.
Sorry, so I see the blue and the red.
Yep.
And
right now we're just talking about the red.
So that's 5,000 square feet? Is that what we're saying?
That is, I had it before. We're probably talking closer to 7. I don't know. Rob, is that 5,000 square feet? Is that that has to be the 2 classrooms plus the corridor. And then the 2 additional classrooms is about 1,500, and then there's about 200 square feet in a resource room. So it's 65, almost 7,000 square feet.
My only question would be, I mean, is this something that was taken out, or is this a new intention because of the moisture we had in the other section?
This was well, when we first started this project, there was a concern. There was a moisture concern in the music room.
Correct.
I don't believe it was originally in the scope, but at the start of the project, we had an issue with groundwater at the start of construction.
Okay, so it's in reaction to that, and that's something within our allowance as of now, correct?
Yes, it is encumbered within the project contingency.
Okay.
This is David Stein with Silver Petroselli. It is common to find high moisture content within existing slabs, even if they're 30, 40, 50 years old. The moisture content could be high. That doesn't necessarily mean you have a moisture issue from slab below. It could just be moisture content stays within the slab. So it is common to put down a sealer when you are retrofitting and removing old and putting new down. There are some signs of cupping of some of the existing, nothing that is too worrisome, but this is obviously a protection down the line to do so. So that's the reason behind recommending doing that, is having a system be part of the installation.
I think it's smart.
No, it's fine, but I just think $17 a square foot or something like that is at the right price. Right.
With the demo, with the demo, the installation of the moisture mitigation and the installation of the VCT.
I'm sorry. Let me just retract. So this price includes removing the old VCT.
Correct.
I guess you have to scrap it. You have to scrape it off.
Yep.
Then you do the sealant, and then you're putting new VCT.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean Yeah.
Well, and also there's floor prep. So you have moisture mitigation, and then you basically almost like self-level the floor. So to prep it for the adhesive in the VCT. So there's demo, moisture mitigation, floor prep, and then the
Are you
adhesive
scarifying?
in the VCT. There is a little, so there possibly some shot blasting. So there you may need a little scarifying, and they do have us. We do go in and kind of self-level to make sure that we get proper adhesive. So it's there's a couple different steps to it. It's just not strictly VCT. And then also, because it affects 2 existing bathrooms, there is ceramic tile going into bathrooms in the 90 edition. So it's not just VCT. There's also areas with ceramic.
So you're scraping off ceramic. Okay. All right. Well, no, I mean, I don't have a sense of this, so I don't know if Mark may want to just look at it a little closer, or I mean, when is this happening, or when?
Well,
it
is.
We are going to move. Go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say there's a lead time on the VCT. This work is happening over the summer while they're in the areas. But the lead time on the VCT is, and Rob, correct me, is between 8 and 12 weeks.
Yeah, correct. So Hector, just a little back. I mean, we've been going through this as a team for a couple, almost probably 2 months now. We do check it versus, we take a square footage off, review the pricing we're getting from our trade contractors, compare it to contract unit prices, thoroughly vet the scope. So we're comfortable with the number. We don't, it's been vetted and reviewed and checked. Our biggest concern is basically at this point, we're comfortable with the number, and if we don't have a decision on whether we're going to proceed with this, we won't have the material and time to do it this summer. So it would end up becoming a day 2 or, down the road, which isn't really feasible for the classrooms. And it's not convenient for the corridors.
No, that's fine. I mean, I just didn't, I thought when you say moisture mitigation, I didn't know if we had in the base contract we already had the flooring or not. So you're saying this is new flooring, this is new finishes, and it includes also demo. So this is in line, Mark, you're saying this is in line with the market. Okay.
As of right now, everything that you see is in line with the budget, and I could be totally off, but this project cannot go over any kind of budget. And I think it's important, and it's very difficult, obviously, to have a building committee not being to meet in person and actually go see what's going on. But I think it's important right now at this juncture, members of the building committee somehow need to go see what's going on in the school. Because we again, it's very difficult, but to understand what's going on in the ATPs and how it fits into the project, especially right now, this project, the kids have moved into the new wing that we built already. So I think it's important members of the building committee have some chance make an arrangement somehow to go see what's going on, that you can match everything up on what we're talking about. Are there any questions on this ATP? All right, Mark, you have another one?
Yep, I got one more. And if you do take that walk through the existing school, the corridors running from the 90s wing all the way to where the main office is now by the gym, the VCT in there is. There are areas that have cracks where sanitary lines have run underneath the slab. It's not in good shape. When you start we could just piecemeal it and put the VCT where the VCT is, the existing VCT is cracked. But this next ATP, which is ATP 73, I believe, ATP 73. This ATP is for doing the corridors, which again is the demo, the prep, the moisture mitigation, and then the new VCT going down. And this was discussed while we were vetting it regarding the moisture mitigation, and as it was explained to me, and Dave touched upon it earlier, that due to the slabs and how they are maintained, the slabs retain some water, so the water coming up from the existing slabs will affect the glue, will affect the adhesion of the VC2 to the concrete. That's why the moisture mitigation, it's proposed to put that down. It helps with sometimes it helps with the warranty as far as if there is moisture in the slab, it takes away from the finger pointing. I believe these corridors, as we were reviewing it, we want to do moisture tests on the existing slab to see if it is less than or within tolerance for the flooring contract or the flooring warranty. So this is worst case for the corridors, and that is for $77,415 to replace the entire corridor VCT.
So, I'm sorry, I was just looking. So, I guess in the invoice, right, what is our flooring number, like in the original rec? I guess we have Gilbane's. What is the total flooring? I just want to get a perspective on the line item for the flooring number. I guess
yep.
I'm looking at your current rec.
Yep.
And
$350,000 for barrel and Conover.
$350,000.
Now,
so
Rob, does that include the ceramic tile?
Yeah, but so what? Hector, again, just so it's crystal clear, we're adding demolition to our scope for this change to give the true exposure to the building committee. Typically, I don't own demolition of the floors and stuff like that. So typically where we're taking out VCT, that's that state contractor, Best Tech. So it's not a true apples to apples. We're adding scope that typically we don't carry with that demolition, but just to give a kind of a worst case scenario to the building committee as we're presenting this. So what it does is it kind of it shows our number with additional scope we typically don't have as part of our contract.
No, that's fine. I don't think we want to double charge. So you're saying demo and moisture protection is excluded, but this $350,000 did not include these areas in terms of the new.
Oh, correct.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any way of verifying that. I mean, I do, but I guess it's up to the. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess somebody has explained this to our liaison. I mean, it has already been reviewed by some.
It's been reviewed it's been brought up at the meetings at the OACs, and Mark has worked into it too. So this has all been vetted and processed out before it gets to where we are now.
All right.
And as Rob was explaining, the demo number will be this is the worst case, and it should be better because the flooring contractor gave us the demo number. So if this does go forward, we can give it to Best Tech, who demos floors all the time, and see where their numbers come in, and we'll take the best case.
So these are when we're saying this is authorization to proceed, right? That's what we're saying?
Correct.
We're saying you're going to go ahead and price it, or this is the...
No, this will authorize Gilbane to order the material.
Yes.
And get it on their schedule.
All right, so what's the number?
Perform the work during the summer. Or while they're in the area.
So what's sorry, I just need to... What's the number that
we're authorizing an estimate.
Correct. You're basically a not-to-exceed estimate.
Okay. Okay, because to me, authorization to proceed with an estimate, not with the work. Okay. Yeah, so you're going to get competitive numbers on this, or you're going to get a fair number. I mean, you're going to try to get, I don't know how...
A better number on the demo. Correct.
Okay. I have no more questions then.
Any other members of the building committee? Yes. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Jason, you had a motion and a second already.
Okay, so all in favor of approval of all the ATPs, say aye.
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 All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, we've approved all the ATPs. On to agenda number 5. Do I have a motion to hear a discussion on the... I'm sorry, are we skipping that one, right, Mark?
Nope, we've got it.
All right, I need to have a motion for discussion for the approval of OC 009. Do I have a motion?
Yep, motion to proceed.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, I didn't
second,
know who moved.
That was Norm.
Heather.
That was Heather and then Norm, correct?
Heather moved and Norm seconded. Thank you. That's Peterson, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Roberts.
Norm Roberts.
Peterson was on Shears.
All right, Mark, go ahead.
Okay, this is owner change order 9 for ATPs 17, which you just approved, which is for the sanitary sewer work. ATP 55, 57, 62, 64, 65, 66, 69, and 70. Essentially, with the exception of 17, 55, the remainder of the ATPs were approved previously. So this is just a compilation of the approved ATPs. It is for $48,817.00. And the ATP, just quickly run down ATP, and they're in no particular order, but ATP 57 is for the relocation of the existing PA system in the admin. 64 is a credit for a roof ladder on the kindergarten roof. ATP 69 is for proposal request 03 for frosted glass in the bathrooms, in the gang bathrooms in the music wing. ATP 55 is for a reconciliation with a previous ATP for United Steel. It's a credit. ATP 65 is for weep holes along the existing the drainage of weep holes to get them out of the masonry wall along the existing 90s wing. ATP 62 is for RFI 154 for metal covers on the existing brick in the corridors. ATP 66 is for RFI 160, which is for a steel beam for masonry support in corridor A141, and then ATP 70 is for 2 new frames. The demo drawings called for them to be demoed, and the new drawings did not have replacements for them. And that is owner change order 9.
Are there any questions?
All right. So what is the total amount, the total net on this is?
$48,817.
Okay.
Any other questions? If there are none, I'd like to put it to a vote to approval of OC 009.
Motion to approve.
All in favor say aye. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Approval OC 009. Moving on to agenda item number 6, approval of the RTA final cleaning. Mark?
Yep. This bid package, if you recall in the original GMP back in last summer, there was an allowance for final cleaning. This is basically this went out to bid in March. Bids were due at the end of March. It was vetted. This is a recommendation to award to Horizon for the final cleaning. And this is, you don't give me the, okay, there it is. For the final cleaning, for Gilbane to award the contract to Horizon of $35,403, and this is in the GMP. There was an allowance for $45,000, so it is under the final cleaning allowance in the GMP. And this Horizon has been scoped and vetted by Gilbane, and they are comfortable. They have worked with them in the past, and they're comfortable that they have the scope.
Any questions? This is for the final cleaning of all the stuff that's been going on inside the new addition that they were able to move. So it's kind of like procedural right now because we missed the meeting last week. So are there any questions?
So the rooms weren't cleaned before they shifted to the rooms? Is that what you're saying?
No, they were clean.
No, they were clean. They're clean because of all the dust and stuff, but they were cleaned for the move.
Okay. So you need what do we do?
Do I have a motion do I have a motion to approve the RTA final cleaning?
Motion to approve, Heather.
Thank you.
Heather, do I have a second?
Second, Norm.
Norm is the second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, agenda item number 6, approval of the RTA final cleaning has been approved. Number 7, project update. Rob.
Thanks, Jason. So I touched on it earlier, but just a little quick update of where we are. Music edition was turned over to the school and to the town over the April break, so students are in the music classrooms. The kindergarten edition was turned over as well, so that's currently occupied and in use by the town. We have 3 phases currently under construction. Off the gym, we have the platform edition, where right now we've demoed the exterior wall section that we need to. We have the foundations basically substantially complete, and we're going to be looking to erect the steel next week, then go into underground plumbing and slab on grade, and framing the exterior over the next couple of weeks. Moving to the front to admin, so the demolition inside the existing admin, is complete, including the abatement. We completed the abatement work over that April break when there weren't students in the school and staff. And at this point, we're getting ready to start steel erection next week as well. And then, like I said, we're looking at laying out walls, completing the underground plumbing required for the new sinks and bathrooms, and then preparing for slab on grade and the exterior wall framing at that area as well. The final area we have under construction is the approximate 5 classrooms between admin and the 90s edition. So we have our temp construction barriers up at this point. We have our construction fencing installed on the outside, and the demolition and abatement necessary for that area is substantially complete. And we've been working on, kind of similar to the other areas, basically working on overhead rough, so putting in what we need for hangers and new equipment to support the new HVAC and electrical and plumbing systems, and also looking to install the underground plumbing there's a couple bathrooms that are getting reworked, so we're looking at to complete that underground plumbing. And that's it. And then May we'll stay busy. We'll start roofing, and we'll be completing the brick on the exterior of the 2 additions, and kind of pushing as fast as we can and getting ready for summer.
Rob, I just have a quick question.
Yep.
I can see that the kindergarten wings look amazing, by the way. Yay. Do we know when the ceilings are going to be hung in the classrooms that the students have moved into that don't have aren't quite complete? Is that within the next? Okay.
No, so that's a good question. That work is scheduled for the summer. So those ceilings came down because of where the existing boiler room is located and the way the MEP systems are set up. We needed access to turn on to activate the HVAC systems for music in kindergarten. They'll stay open like that through the end of this year, but that area, those classrooms will be part of the construction area over the summer and scheduled to be completed for fall, the start of the fall school year.
My only question, thank you. Then the next question would be, is there an acoustics concern or any reason why that might not be an ideal academic setting, or are we pretty confident that the students would be unaffected by the fact that there's no acoustic ceiling tile?
We're confident. We've done it in the past. It's almost like it's kind of like a common feature of these renovation kind of projects. So it's very common. Where we run into some acoustical issues is not so much with the ceilings missing, but with noise from classroom to classroom. So typically what we do is we remove those acoustical ceilings. We make sure that the walls between the classrooms are complete to the deck above, and that really kind of helps alleviate any noise concerns.
Okay, great. And is that completed to date?
Yes, correct. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I just want to point out again, I think it's important that we as a building committee go in and take a look at the job that's done. The addition looks great. A lot of the teachers are excited about it. Obviously, they may not be in their permanent locations, but the kids seem excited about it. I walked through it with Rob on Friday once I saw the kids in. It's good. It's a great job. They've done a great job. And I can't say more that the new furniture is in. Unfortunately, of course, in our days of COVID, they can't use it yet because you can't distance them 3 feet. Just didn't work out. So the old desks are in those classrooms. And then as we look forward in the summer, it's just right now everything's falling into place. And just to give you an update, the Little League field next door, we had a meeting with them, and they planned on they had a contingency plan the minute they knew the project was a go. So they are on top of it too, and we all met, and it worked out well. some of our fears were not, they crossed all the T's for themselves. So it's going to be a good summer, I think, I hope, to continue. So things are moving right where we need to be.
Heather, thank you for the video. Yeah, that's great.
You're welcome.
Before we adjourn, I just want to bring up a couple of things. I'm trying hard. I still think it's difficult to have meetings this way. Any opportunity I get, I'm going to try and make sure our next meeting is face-to-face based on what the state is allowing people to do and what the town may do. So as soon as we can meet face-to-face, we're going to meet after school for sure. But what I'm going to try and do is set up some time that you have the opportunity to walk through the school. So if there are there any questions on any of the updates? All right.
Jason, before we go to the motion for adjournment, the next scheduled meeting is next Tuesday. I don't see at this point. I'm not sure if we'll have enough business for it.
Yep.
Do we want to keep it on the books, or do we want to?
Let's keep on the books for now, and then we can make a decision towards the end of the week, or because we have to let them know by Monday, Friday. So, if there are any other questions for Mark or Rob? All right. Nope. All I ask is we keep Tom Quinn in our thoughts as he's recovering and going through some more procedures. And based on that, do I hear a motion, a Harry Ackley motion for adjournment?
Yes, in honor of Harry Ackley, motion to adjourn.
From Heather, do I have a second? Second from Norm. All in favor, say aye.
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 Good night, everybody.
Anyone
Good night.
opposed or questions? Good night. Stay safe.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.